The most immediate concern is the debris itself, which is now floating out there and could become a hazard, including to the International Space Station.
If you missed it earlier this week, that was big news. U.S. State Department says over 1,500 pieces of debris are orbiting Earth after Russia recklessly crashed a missile into one of their own satellites earlier this week.
The lives aboard the International Space Station were at risk, including the 4 American astronauts on board. For more of an explanation on what exactly happened here, we bring in an astrophysicist at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center, Dr. Jonathan McDowell. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, first of all, can you briefly explain what happened here?
Right. So the Russians are testing out their new Noodle anti-satellite system. They used to have anti-satellite weapons, but they've all been retired for ages. So this is a new system. They've done test launches of the rocket before, but this is the first time they'd actually fired it against an old target satellite, a 1980s Soviet spy sat that they blew into thousands of pieces, all of which are whizzing around the Earth at 17,000 miles an hour. The International Space Station and other satellites are orbiting through this risk area. And in the immediate hours after the test, the debris was all still rather close together, and the ISS was passing a bit too close for comfort to that area. And so the astronauts had to take a lot of precautions, closing hatches in case one of the compartments got hold. They've now, I've been told today, allowed to open the hatches again. The debris is sort of spreading out around the Earth. And so it's going to become just like a 10 or 20% increase in the overall amount of space junk that causes risk to them rather than an immediate localized threat.
Right. Dr. McDowell, this sounds like a bit of a game changer. How does this threaten the future of space exploration, not only for us here in the U.S., but for the rest of the world?
Well, we're in an era where the number of satellites is increasing really fast. A few years ago, there were only 1,000 working satellites. Now there are almost 5,000. And so space is getting a lot more crowded. And so adding extra unnecessary space junk when we've already got way too much space junk is really irresponsible, I think. And it's going to mean satellites have to spend more of their time dodging. Another thing is that when you have an explosion like this, it takes the Space Force months, even years, to catalog it all. And so it's one thing to know the junk is there and be able to dodge it, but when you don't know the junk is there, you can easily get hit. And so I'm really worried that we could lose some very expensive satellites or even have the space station spring a leak because of this debris event.
Speaking of the space station, in the worst case scenario, what would happen if a piece of debris did hit the International Space Station?
Well, it depends how big the debris is, right? If it's a really big piece of debris, it could shatter one of the modules, like you're seeing on the animation, I guess, probably from gravity or something, right? That would be terrible. But even a smaller piece of debris traveling at 17,000 miles an hour makes a bullet hole. And so, the first thing you know then is that your ears pop and you hear a hissing sound. And this is really not a good thing to hear if you're an astronaut on the space station. And so you'd have to find the leak, plug it, or else the crew could asphyxiate. So in general, having holes in your space station is really not something that you want.
Dr. McDowell, one final question. Will this debris ever go away? And can you envision an organized effort to maybe get rid of some of this space junk?
Right. Well, the good news, such as it is that this lower part of outer space still has a little bit of atmosphere there. It's self-cleaning. The debris will feel friction from the atmosphere, and in 5 to 10 years, it will get cleaned out. That's still a long time. But earlier debris tests, like one that the U.S. did in the 1980s, at that altitude, all that debris is now down. I do think for the larger pieces of space junk, like leftover rocket stages, we do need to go and have the fleet of space garbage trucks that will get rid of them, because it's just getting insane up there with the amount of garbage we've left in space.
All right, Dr. McDowell, thank you for joining us this morning.
Pleasure.